Hey guys, welcome back to Binged In. I just finished EXO Kitty Season 2, and honestly, I'm still kind of processing everything. There's so much to unpack, like relationships were all over the place, family drama got deep, and some characters, let's just say they deserved a lot better. I have thoughts, a lot of thoughts, so let's break it all down, and let's see what's got me hoping for more in the next season. So right from the start, Kitty arrives at KISS and thinks she's about to live the solo dorm life, but surprise, she's rooming with Yuri, the girl she swore that she was over.
Kitty, I missed you so much. I missed you too.
And to make things a little bit more awkward, Juliana, which is Yuri's girlfriend, is also rooming with them. Talk about a stressful setup. In season 2, we're kind of introduced to Kitty and Pravina's relationship, which I really do like them together. And so far, I really like their dynamic and how Pav was just kind of on board with Kitty's little lie. Now, let's talk about Simon. Kitty was convinced that he was her mom's secret lover that she ended up running away with to Korea, but turns out he's actually her cousin. Clearly there's more to this whole family mystery, especially with how Kitty's grandma was acting when she FaceTimed her. In episode 3, let's talk about Juliana, because honestly I felt like she was doing way too much. I can understand why she's upset about Yuri and Kitty's past, but the way she's handling it kind of feels over the top. The drama over the painting didn't need to escalate the way it did, and her confrontation with Kitty seemed less about resolving anything and more about finding someone to pin her frustrations on. There's definitely a hint of jealousy here, especially with how close Yuri and Kitty still are, and it's just starting to feel like that's driving most of her actions. On a more positive note, I really do enjoy the moments with Day and Eunice. I honestly think they're really cute together. And we're also finally starting to piece together Kitty's mom's story. Her reason for coming to Korea was to find a way to bring her family back together, and that adds such a sweet layer to the whole mystery. Oh yeah, and Yuri and Kitty finally kiss. I knew it. I called it from the beginning, although I kind of do wish it was under better circumstances. I think the only reason why that Yuri ended up kissing Kitty anyways was because she's going through a whole thing with Juliana. But you know what? I'm here for it. Now let's talk about episode 4, the ski trip, where everything pretty much just explodes. Yuri and Kitty's kiss get out, and it's messy. Yuri and Juliana basically break up, Pravina stops talking to Kitty, and everyone is dealing with the fallout. And then the whole thing with Minho and Day hating Q's new boy toy, which is rightfully so because he was their bully. But what really frustrates me though was Day finding out Minho confessed his feelings to Kitty and then decided to end their friendship. I think that's just the dumbest thing ever. It's not like they did anything. Minho also admitted that Kitty turned him down, and it wasn't even during their relationship, it was after they broke up. And also, Minho's literally dating Stella now, so I honestly just don't understand why that was such a big deal. And speaking of Stella, ooh, wanna catch you, Ricky? There's clearly something more going on with her, and I knew she couldn't be trusted, but we'll see what happens. Going into episode 5, things kind of slowed down a bit, but there were still some big moments. Kitty tries to meet up with her family that's in Korea, but her grandma's sister basically rushes her out, which was kind of disappointing. I just feel like at this point they're kind of just dragging the fact that there's obviously some type of family drama or beef or whatever between the two grandmothers. Also, Minho's dad gets canceled this episode, which isn't that surprising because he's portrayed as this big evil bully in the entertainment industry. But it was definitely a big moment for Minho's storyline, which we'll see how that plays out further into the series. In the next few episodes, we basically get into the nitty gritty about Stella's storyline, and wow, isn't it something. Her whole plan is to basically sabotage Minho's dad, and her holding a grudge against him for turning her into a huge internet meme when she was in middle school. I don't know, I guess I was just expecting more from her character, but it felt like her storyline fizzled out pretty quickly. Anyways, onto my final thoughts for season 2, I believe the relationship arcs were just kind of confusing. I don't understand the switch the writers did with Kitty. She spent most of the time trying to get rid of her feelings towards Yuri, but then the moment that they kiss, she just seems to move on. It just doesn't feel consistent. And Yuri's character was done so dirty this season. She lost her parents' money, her girlfriend, and even her chance to really connect with Kitty. Also, the whole Kitty and Minho running off thing together, she doesn't even know about it, which just kind of makes everything feel so unresolved. Day's short relationship with Eunice felt cute at first, but it ended pretty quickly and it didn't really leave much of an impact. On the flip side, Q and his boyfriend are thriving. Honestly, they're one of the few couples I was rooting for from the start to finish. The family moments were some of my favorites this season. Kitty's grandma reconnects with her sister, which was so sweet and emotional, and it added a lot of heart to the season. But it still felt like there was missed opportunities to explore, and it felt very rushed. We also get a little surprise from Peter Kavinsky, which I thought was really cute seeing him and Kitty interact, but it had me questioning where was Laura Jean? It felt strange that we see Peter and Kitty's older sister make a guest appearance, but not the main sister that the show is spinning off from. I don't know. Overall, Stella's storyline felt very rushed, and her big plan was kind of resolved too quickly and with almost a little effort. I also feel like a lot of the plot points didn't have the depth or shock factor they should have had. It seemed like the writers were more focused on pairing everyone with Kitty and then pulling them apart instead of giving the relationships more substance. My hopes for next season, if there is a season 3, is just to keep Minho and Kitty together at this point. I mean, they're literally spending their summer together and going on Minho's family tour, so if they have Kitty fall in love with someone else, I'm gonna get really annoyed. Like, I'm so over this whole relationship carousel that they have going on with pretty much half of the characters in the show. I also really hope that Yuri gets some type of happiness next season because she kind of deserves it. And also, I want more plot twists that like genuinely surprise me. Alright guys, that's it for my season 2 review of EXO Kitty, and what'd you guys think? Did you love it, hate it, or feel like it was a mixed bag like I did? Let me know in the comments, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Also, don't forget, if you liked the video, please subscribe, and let's keep this conversation going. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.